Joining me now is our real estate expert, Michael Barbaro from Huntsman, Meade in the city of New Haven. And Michael, good to see you here on the program.
Good to see you. Thanks for having me.
So overall, how is the Connecticut real estate scene right now?
Look, our market is still pretty hot, right? It's this time of the year, everything typically slows down, right? We have, agents and sellers that are moving, that are spending the winters in Florida. The holidays always slow things down. But our inventory is incredibly low, historically low. We haven't still recovered from COVID. A lot of other factors that are bringing it down. But we're still seeing prices and things sell over asking price. And so all in all, very good market for sellers.
It is kind of remarkable, some of the bidding wars that you hear about. And I want to talk about the Hartford market a little bit, because recently came out that they had the top 10 markets, hottest real estate markets in the country, and Hartford, which also includes about 40 towns, right, was the hottest. Why is that, you think?
I think it's a factor of the low inventory, right? So supply and demand, and we are not immune to the principles of economics when it comes to supply and demand. So people buy for demographic reasons. They buy for things that are going on in their life. So maybe they need to downsize. Maybe they're having children. Maybe they just want a yard for their dog and they want to get out of that condo. Or maybe they do want to go the opposite way. So while a lot of people do look at interest rates and things like that and prices and try and track that in the market, some people just have no choice and they're ready to go. They're ready to make that move.
Does Connecticut's location help in its being a hot real estate market? I know that a lot of people think, well, you can fly in and out of Hartford a lot easier than JFK or Logan in Boston, right? And the prices are cheap.
I've thought for years, we should have had a hot market. COVID gave us that kind of notoriety, I suppose. People wanted to get out of the city. So whether you were coming from Boston and moving up into the Hartford and the suburbs of Hartford, or you were coming from New York and you were coming to Fairfield County and even into New Haven County on both accounts, I think it made people from these other major cities realize what a value they can get here. We had so much going on in terms of resources and good schools and great food and great pizza and great everything else that goes along with living here in Connecticut.
What's your advice to some of your clients who are buying out there? Because I know we heard some stories, recently, case in point, there was one in West Hartford where the house was, I think, listed for $920, ended up going for $1.4 million.
Yeah.
I mean, that's quite a bidding war.
That's huge. Yeah, that's huge. So advice for clients is, right, you have to pick your price point and what you're comfortable with, right? And we always work at opposite. We say, go in with as strong of a price as you're willing to do, that you won't be upset if you lose the house. And then this way you can manage that, right? And so you say, look, I went in with my highest and best offer. I went in with what I was the most comfortable with. And if you get the house, you get the house. And if not, you do know that there's people out there that are just willing to pay whatever they have to pay to get that house. And that strategy isn't for everybody. It's not for everybody. Some people it doesn't fit into their personality type, and some people it doesn't fit into their budgets.
I was talking to a builder recently who said, we're looking for something for like those who are 65 and older who want to buy something that's easier than what they have, right? They have this big old house, laundry's in the basement, the kids are all grown and moved away. Should they get the equity out and buy something smaller, you think? Is that good advice?
Yeah, we always give that advice to sellers, but I do have some sellers that feel like they're locked in. It's cheaper for them to hire people to maintain the yard than it is to go out and buy something smaller and be paying, a higher interest rate or even be paying a lot more money for the property. So people are a little bit reticent to make that move. But I believe people should move for what they need to do in their life at that point in their life.
In terms of new housing, what do you think Connecticut needs more of?
Housing. We need more of everything.
Like 2 bedrooms, 4 bedrooms?
We need the whole gambit, right? We have a housing crisis here in Connecticut. We need more affordable houses in Connecticut. We need more single family homes. We need more condominiums. Like, we have demand for each and every market. Even the high end stuff, even the 4 and 5 bedroom homes. There's a lot of demand for those types of homes.
And when you talk about, market rate value, right? Of course, it can vary if you're in Greenwich or you're in Goshen or you're in Putnam, right? There's different parts of our state, and cheap in one part of the state may be really expensive in another.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's an interesting thing to work in a state like Connecticut, where you can sell everything from a $20,000 co-op here in New Haven to a $200 or $300 million estate in Lower Fairfield County or Greenwich, and everything in between.
Are you seeing it in some of the cities where you don't expect to be hot? Like, for instance, the mayor of Waterbury told me that they got 4,000 new residents during COVID.
Yeah,
that's a lot of sales.
We were getting, so look, if you're coming from out of state and you're looking online, you're looking at seeing some of the deals and the prices. Now, ultimately, at the end of the day, if you're in a town where the prices are a little bit lower, or a city, but the taxes are a little bit higher, but what face value, what you're seeing is that sales price. So there was a tremendous amount of inquiries into some of those cities and towns where the prices might have been a little bit lower, but you don't really learn about the taxes until you get into the mortgage process. And even though they're there, right, we're always shopping price.
My mom is a retired realtor, and when I was a kid, I remember in her office she had a sign that said, if you think the prices are high today, wait until tomorrow. Right. Because that's what happens.
Yeah, that's great advice, right? It's and we all realtors have clients that, you know, just track the market, right? It's never high enough for them to sell, it's never low enough for them to buy, and then there's this quagmire that you're always in. Get out there. Some of the best advice I ever heard from one of my clients was two brothers, and will we get this money back? And he was like, this is where I raised my family, and you know, we make memories here. If we get the money out, it's not an investment for me, and it ultimately
Sure.
becomes the largest investment most people will make. It becomes an annuity for many people, but buy for the right reasons, right? Buy for the neighborhood, buy for the school system, buy for your family.
We appreciate your insight. Michael Barbaro from Huntsman, Meade. Thanks for being on the program today.
Thanks so much for having me.
Best of luck. Next, stunning details about speeders endangering children.